Hi, this is our first installment of Family Adams Kitchen Capers for summer 2014. And we're here to transmit some heirloom recipes from the Family Adams to the next generation. One of the things that we might comment about heirloom recipes is how do they get to be where they are today? And in this age of literacy, probably the recipes that we go to less frequently, like for desserts and so forth, those are probably written down with each successive generation, maybe adding a note, maybe a written note on the margin of the cookbook or the recipe card. But as you'll see here with the every week kind of main dishes, a lot of times those are all up here. And so we're not going to be resorting to a written recipe for this. I'm just going to walk the kids through a very simple, memorable pot roast. And the reason it's so good is because that's how God made cows. He made them to be delicious. So there's very little you can do to mess them up. And Madeline is really looking forward to this, I can tell. Okay, so you want to step aside, ladies and gentlemen, so we can see this counter area. Can you show the counter area fairly clearly? We want to get kind of close. Okay, great. This is very simple. I don't know, it looks like about 7 ingredients, and most of them you could even dispense with. Here we have hunk of cow, and in this case it's called boneless beef round roast, and it was on sale for $2.99, and that's the kind of thing you want to grab if you can get it at that price. And then we have the starch. I usually put in a potato per person who's going to want a potato. In this case, 4 works out great because that's all we had. And then we have the aromatic vegetables, which are garlic and onion. Called aromatic because they add the flavor and the scent, or aroma, aromatic aroma. And then for fun, we throw in another root vegetable. We have baby carrots. I realize they're not exactly baby carrots. They're big carrots that have been whittled down in a factory. But this is the way that they get eaten. So here we go. I'm going to, we have wine. And beef bouillon crystals. Just a technique I'm going to share with you is that most potatoes some potatoes are cylindrical, but these little red ones actually are not. You see, they look kind of like hamburger buns. And to ensure that they cook evenly, it's best to get them sliced thinly and yet not be so thin as to be lost. So you find that area of symmetry, or that line of symmetry, and you cut down that, and then you can cut it into 4. So that's better than cutting it into cubey-ish chunks, because these cook more evenly. So who's my first volunteer that wants to cut the potatoes?
Me.
Okay, go ahead. I cut off an unsightly portion there. So I'll let it go. Isn't she lovely? Okay, and I'm going to show Joan a fun technique for making sure that your pot roast gets everything out of the garlic. It has kind of good. I've taken a clove of garlic. Usually I would only use 1. Hello. Hello. Usually I would only use 1, but I'm using 2 to give Joan a chance to do it too. So you take your clove of garlic and you put it, can you see it with Joan standing so close? And you put it under the wide end of a blade like that. Hold the blade down and go smash-ola, and you haven't got your hands all garlicky. Okay? So you want to try that, Joan? Sure. Oh, she's born to that. Okay, great. And then for the onion, this is not really very exciting.
I'll do it.
Yeah, so we thought we'd let John hold it.
Because the exciting kitchen.
You take off, you know that the longer you can put off taking the roots end off, the longer you can put off having tears run down your face. For some reason, that's the end that really gets you crying. And I will just remove that first layer because I don't want to be bothered with the onion skin. And John Paul, just cut it in half. And then for a pot roast, you just want to make
Can't
sure.
see, boy.
For a pot roast, you just want to make sure it's the pieces that people can get on their fork. So any which way you want to cut that. And remember, an onion is layered already, so it sort of comes in some slices, right?
It's hot. No, that's hot.
Don't do slanty. Thanks.
I have absolutely no idea how I'm cutting this.
Don't cut your fingers, that's
Yeah,
all.
don't cut your fingers. Yeah, I
Doesn't make
should
any sense.
have told you to keep your fingers. Actually, a good way to do this be keep the tip of the knife down, and when you start to get close to your fingers, that's okay. You can stop because the onion doesn't have to be, in any particular shape. Now, I guess nobody wants to do this except me, so I will deposit. Oh, you want to? Great.
Yeah.
Can I do the
Tell me
wine?
the fun part.
Okay, Madeline is
None
going.
will go missing.
Madeline is going to put the beef into the 1960s style crock pot I inherited from my mother, and because we are thrifty, we would never get rid of a crock pot just because it's ugly, right? So that's why we're stuck with this. So they don't break.
Can't see the crock pot, Maddie.
Things don't break.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay.
Excuse me.
All right, we'll try and move this over here. Is that help? Does that help, JJ?
No, I can't see. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Good.
No, I really can't see
You
it.
have to do this kind of sideways, Maddie.
Scoot,
Oh,
scooching,
here comes
scooching.
live cam.
Move,
Action cam.
move both goofers.
There's lots of different
Get
ways.
out of there. Over
There's
there.
lots of different ways to unpackage and deposit meat. I like to go with very paleo style, which is also known as the caveman diet.
Now what do we do? That's very important.
Wash
We
your
lick our
hands.
fingers.
Okay. we're washing our hands. Okay, JJ, will you cut?
Say what?
Cut.
Oh, but we're watching
Stop.
Maddie wash her hands.
Stop.
That's
Okay.
okay.